My name is Josh Tollison. This is my speech of introduction. This is my audience.
Hello.
What up? Hello. Alright. Daniel? Evening, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch me talk about myself for a couple minutes. My name is Josh Tollison. I was born in Houston and was raised in Houston for the most part of my life. In 2005 or 2006, after my father passed away, my mother moved to Louisiana. Whenever we were all over there, I hated being there because I was a teenager, so I came back here. I came back here and I made a lot of dumb decisions, and I ended up going back home like a lot of teenagers do. And after that, I decided that I was going to go into the Marine Corps. Whenever I enlisted in the Marine Corps, I got stationed into San Diego. And then I got training and I went over to the East Coast. Upon going there, after a little bit more training, I went to Cuba for 3 months. I basically just stood post. I wasn't one of the Guantanamo Bay guys. I was just on the fence line making sure people weren't coming in. I wasn't torturing anybody, so I don't want to get any points deducted for that. I came back and then I got some more training, then I went to go to Spain. It was a great deployment. I think everybody should go to Europe. It doesn't have to be in the military. I had a great time being in the military. I just went to go over there and train some people, but I had a lot of good vacation time too. I went from Spain, I went over to Germany, had a blast. I went over there and it was during Summerfest, which is about a month before Oktoberfest, so obviously I had a great time. And then from there I went to France, which is a horrible place. Unless you like art, then sure, that's fine, whatever. But for me, the people were jerks, so I had a hard time getting around finding places because no one wanted to deal with me. Because the French basically hate anybody who's not American or who's not French. And then from there I went to Italy. Got held up there and did some training, taught the Navy how to shoot and stuff. No offense to you guys, Navy in my audience today. And then I went to Greece, which would have been a great time, but some Navy guy decided to call in sick with swine flu and we got quarantined for an extra 2 weeks. So I had to sit there with my platoon for about an extra 2 weeks in a box with just my backpack full of clothes and a book that I'd already read 3 times for the course of about 2 weeks, and it was terrible. After that whole vacation was done with, I came back and I got into the real nitty-gritty of the Marine Corps, which was the 0311 infantry field.
Right.
Yep, we went and did Mojave Viper training for about 2 months, which is basically go out in the desert and just work your butt off until you get the job done every day, day in, day out. I lost about 30 pounds. I managed to gain it all back though since then. After that training was over with, I then went to Afghanistan and I participated in an OEF too. And I basically went into Helmand province, which is the southern portion of Afghanistan. Our mission was not just there to face the Taliban, it was also to help the people of Afghanistan get their heads above water a little bit. We helped install wells, we built rapport for the people, and helped defend them against people that were trying to work against them by putting in a lot of basically providing operations that would help support them defensively. It went on for a little bit. It started off, nothing much was going on. We were actually really bored in the beginning. Then as we started moving further and further south, things got a little bit more hairy, and pretty much by the last 2.5 months of the deployment, we were basically waking up and getting shot at every day, which I'm sure one of the members of my audience will be able to attest to. It's not a fun time, but if anything else, it does help time go by quickly.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yes, it does hurt. Post-deployment, I came back from Afghanistan a changed man, or so I felt, and I was appreciated that I did not have to go back out there because I was done with that deployment. So I got out and I was separating out, and I got a really skate job, and I got to focus on some actual job skills that would help me in my future, which helps me in my future today. Anyways, I got out and I got married, and I'm still happily married. It's been about 4 years and some change. And I've been working and going to school simultaneously. I worked with a friend of mine. I'm fortunate enough to have a buddy who was able to hire me, and I help track the housing market in Houston. If a new house is being built in the Houston area, we get the permit, and we write a big database saying all the specs about the house, and we sell that to big top builders in Houston. Anyways, that's about it, the gist of it up until now. I want to thank you guys again for coming out and listening to my speech, listening to me ramble on. I wish you guys a good evening, and for you, Professor, as well. Thank you very much. Have a nice night.
Oh boy, Joshy.
Josh,